What's good, y'all? It's your boy Need for She coming back with another episode of my podcast. I'm just reminiscing. And today I got a person on here who I claim to be my sister. We have been through a lot in the past 3 or 4 years of knowing each other. And we the crazy thing about it is we didn't really get to know each other until college. But it's just like we fell right in line with each other, being cool instantly after we got through talking. So I want you guys to welcome my guest, Jayla Brown, to the podcast.
Hey, what it do?
Yeah, this is my sister over there. So I was glad I was able to finally get her on here and everything like that. A couple of other people are gonna come on later on in the year and everything like that. But she has a busy schedule, so luckily she was able to find some room. Luckily we found some room, so we go ahead and get in and get it out. So I'm glad she's here, and we're gonna have some fun talking because me and her can talk. To be honest, we get
Okay.
and talk for like 2 hours. Honestly, we can't. We're gonna try to keep it shorter, but that's just how it goes sometimes. So everybody, that's Jayla.
Hey.
So the first thing we do once we start off the podcast, how was it like for you growing up, elementary, middle, high school? How was it? How was it growing up in Jayla's world?
Oh, so y'all know I'm the 38109, baby. Westwood, you know. So
Child,
growing
because that's where I'm from. It is what it is.
yeah. So it's like one of those things like y'all know I'm light skinned, real light skinned. So growing up real hard, like, cause everybody thought I was more than what I was. And I didn't. I was a quiet kid, not trying to be funny, had to go and put it out there. 3-bedroom house, about 10 folks. Make you alley,
You got
got
to do.
going and comforter covering up the windows. But people don't know because they look at you and think it's other stuff. Everybody lived in grandma's house.
Facts.
So other than that, it was I danced, I cheered. That's how I get, where I am now. I did school in Westwood all the way up till I got the 6th grade. Then they put me with the East Memphis kids. So got the Kirby. Same old dance, cheered, did everything. They still hated me. They still now. In this school.
She was light skinned with the good hair, so they gonna hate
Yeah.
her. She light skinned with the natural hair, they gonna hate.
Yeah, but I was always quiet. Like always. Never really.
A weakness. The people take that as a weakness.
Yup. And they had to find out the wrong way. That started coming out too later on. Who I was.
Yeah. So
Not who they thought.
Yeah, they thought you was soft. It is what it is. You look at a light skinned person, you be like, man, them folk can't fight. They can't fight.
Then we get to college, showing out.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You always been a good student growing up. Always been a good, consistent student.
Talking. I used to get in trouble for talking.
I'm like you. I did too. As you can see, we both.
Right. Talking and chewing gum. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I never wore the right school clothes.
I could see you doing that. I could see you. We say uniform. I was like, she finna come in here, not dressed right.
No.
She gonna have part of the uniform on. She might have the pants on, but that shirt ain't gonna be ice. It ain't gonna be white. The shirt ain't gonna be white. The pants gonna be straight, but the shirt
ain't gonna have a collar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, never had the collar. It's gonna be a t-shirt. It's gonna be something to where she's not gonna be in full uniform unless they made her put one on.
Period.
Yeah. So, but yeah, schoolwork and everything was easy for you a little bit growing up.
Yup. Same. I did. Only difference was like my elementary school, I went to Doubletree. Okay. So like my elementary school stayed to the 6th grade. So like when I finally left elementary school, it's like I was in shock. Like everybody was doing stuff. And elementary school, 6th grade, you still like a little kid to them.
Oh, facts.
I was a little behind, like socially behind.
Right, but that's how my mom and them grew up. That's how it was. Kindergarten through 6th, 7th through 9th was middle school, and then high school 10th, 11th, 12th grade. So that's how it was. So that's kind of what they need to go back to. Honestly, they need to go back to leaving 6th grade in the elementary school because
they growing up too fast.
You 10 or 11, you still need to. You just hit. you still wet behind the ears. You need to stay one more year.
I agree. Facts.
Yeah, cause that opened my eyes when I got to middle school after 5th grade. I was like, oh, this how they get down.
Too much.
This how people get down. And I was like, especially when I saw the 8th graders, I was like, oh, this how they get down for real. I was like, yeah. Say less. I think the biggest thing that changed for me was the dances. Like going to a dance in elementary school or sock hop or something, you out there for like, right. We in there doing the chicken head, we in this heel toe and some right, pancaking. We doing all this in elementary school.
Middle school twerk fest.
You said what?
Middle school twerk fest.
Twerk fest. I'm like, I was in elementary school, like, we in this junk having dance competitions. We in this junk bucking and some more stuff. We having dance competition. I get to my first dance in middle school. I go into the gym because we had it in our gym because our gym was big enough. And I come into the gym, you know, it started at 3, you know, black folk, we walking in 3:45, 4 o'clock, just see how it is.
Yeah, I think you grown 3:45.
3:45, 4 o'clock. You know, we ain't never on time. We ain't never been on time since we were kids. I don't even think half of us was even born on time.
On time.
I think some of us were born early or born late. It was 1 or 2. And then I get there, and I'm like, because I used to go to the concession stand and see the girls. The concession stand, they all nice and everything. And when I buy stuff, you know, everything cool. I go in the gym and I see them, they acting a fool in there. I'm like.
No. Then that's when they started jumping around in the circus stuff.
Yes. Everybody jump around, everybody hooked. Jump around, don't know what you're doing. We running around the gym just because. It don't make no sense. It makes no sense. Like, but
now that we
fun.
At the time, and we was so turned in the dance.
I pulled up some of my old photos of what we used to wear. I said, oh no.
2 collar shirts, 2 socks.
Shirt. You got the white shirt with the color shirt underneath. Y'all, the girls with the 4
belts,
the 4 different color belts. You got orange, purple, and blue on. I'm like, bro, what's up?
Them tube socks.
The NBA socks? But I was lit with the NBA socks. I had every color. We was in there. You remember Dickies was the thing. We wore Dickies all the time. Dickies, South Pole.
Aeropostale shirts with the butterfly on the joint.
Aeropostale Hollister? Bro, we wore them shirts. The Aeropostale, I had a white jump with the blue A87, and I had the black one with the gray A87. Wore them jumps faithfully. I couldn't wear Aeropostale too small. Aeropostale too small for me.
Right. Look, don't get on the MySpace Hollister chick.
Don't get on MySpace with the backgrounds.
It's dropping down. You were showing now you had done where the letters be dropping.
And don't let nobody be outside your top friends. Don't let nobody be outside top friends. They coming for you at school the next day.
Look,
right? So what? No more. I did your top 8.
Facts.
I was like, bro, bro, you made me mad, bro. I asked you for a pencil. Right. You didn't give me that pencil when I asked you. So I was like, he ain't got my back. So I'm gonna take him out. Yeah, you number 9, bro. You be all right. You know, next week you might go back up to 8.
Oh, look, somebody make me mad. I'm gonna swap y'all out.
Right. It's like when them top came, like the first 5 kind of stayed the same all the time. Them first 5 people was like my roll dog. So I was like, all right. Everybody else underneath that, it was just like, you know, person there, right? Yeah. Top 5, top 8, top 16. I was like, shout out to the MySpace era, and shout out to the backgrounds and the music. Shout out to Soulja Boy, because Soulja Boy had us.
You know, big ass t-shirts, them big old t-shirts.
What in my white tee, blue tee, black tee, pink tee, whatever color shirt you got, they got a song for it.
Thanks.
Batman, crank that Spider-Man, crank that. So I was like, bruh, we just having dance offs now.
But see, that was the thing, and to be honest, that's one thing that like I really wish would come back because folks used to dance. Not everybody looking at everybody. When you dance, you doing too much.
Everybody's scared now. Everybody's scared.
Oh, not me.
We had no right. I know you don't care. We had no fear. That's the one thing I hate about what they take away from us when we get older. They take away that innocence from us when we get older, and that now we become scared of what people think. When we was in elementary school, we were just having fun.
And we ain't care.
We didn't care. Everybody doing the same thing. We didn't care. We didn't have no phones. We had an MP3 player with a battery in it. That's what we had. We had CD players.
And if you got a house phone, you better hope mama don't get up on there.
Right. She only give you 10 minutes. She only giving you 10 minutes to talk because she's like, you in elementary school and middle school. What y'all got to talk about?
What y'all got to talk about?
Right.
Tomorrow we going to wear our khaki pants and our white shirt.
Man, dressing up alike, Dad. I was like, dudes couldn't do it. Dudes couldn't do it as much. We could only if we was athletes together. If we was athletes together, we could probably pull it off. Other than that, come to school dressed like the same dude on time. The only thing we can look alike on the other dude is shoes. You're right. The shoes can look the same. Everybody can get the same pair of shoes. That's nothing.
Right.
And I wasn't even copying shoes like that growing up. I was like, dudes.
We was more so trying to be cute with our flats and stuff.
Oh, yeah. I used to check girls. I was like, y'all know these flats show how long y'all feet really are. So if you got some long feet and you got these flats on, I'd be like, why? Like, your feet is long.
Yeah, cause my jumps be looking a little extendo.
And I was like, y'all got and then I was like, y'all don't know how to do your nails, so chip polish there. Well, so.
And that should have been a rule, though. Yeah. No sandals if your toes ain't done.
Oh, that's the rule I gave girls, regardless if I knew them or not. I was like, cause most dudes I know, I was like, we like, if she got pretty feet, we like that. It was like, okay, she keep us up. Cause we had walk past and girl got sandals on. I would glance down and be like,
look at her toes.
Yeah, they cool or something like that. Then I look at someone, I'll be like, you shouldn't put them on. You're supposed to have socks on. Tennis shoes on. If you didn't want to wear socks, you just got to put shoes on and no socks. That's what you got to do. You can't wear sandals.
You said no sandals. I don't care what you thought.
I've seen chip, purple, yellow, green nails and stuff like that. Fingers, yeah, fingers and toes. I'm like, bro.
It's a no.
Now,
he's probably ever seen that mine done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When yours ain't done, usually, but if your nails not done, your feet are.
Always.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, I was like, okay, she just ain't went and got her nails done. But I was like, Jayla wears sandals more than she wears shoes. So I'm like, she ain't gonna wear her feet out there if they busted. She's not gonna put them out there.
I ain't even wearing myself out there. I'm just gonna sit in the house.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, I know how some girls are. They, no matter what, if their nails ain't done, their feet done. Even if they had to go buy the polish themselves and paint them, they got something on their feet. Now I've seen some girls with just healthy feet, with no polish or nothing on them, but they just look, they pedicure down. They look nice. They just ain't got no polish on them. Yeah, I said that's fine. That's cool. You can't have it busted. Can't be busted.
They say there's rules to this.
Right, but girls can come to us and be like, nigga, your hair ain't cut. This is true. But that's why I got a hat. Y'all don't wear hats. Y'all be wearing bunnies to stop that. Y'all be wearing bunnies to if y'all hair ain't good.
Mm-hmm. And see, that's another rule of thumb. That
on the outside, there's no. See, we had an era. We had a do-rag era. With 50 Cent and Nelly, that was the do-rag and the headband.
And people trying to bring them just back.
Nah, we need to leave that way.
Maybe trying.
Some stuff we just need to leave was that do-rag, because we had the do-rag with the fitted cap, on.
On top of the joint.
On top of the joint. We had the do-rag with the headband on top for no reason. We had the baggy jumpsuits. I'm talking about 3 sizes bigger.
I had Jabos, Ibizus.
Jabot jeans. You pull the strap on them things and pull them back. That was the Jabot jeans.
Facts. Then everybody wore the cargo pants at a certain point with the rubber bands around the ankle.
Yep, the plaid pants and the cargo pants. Yes, the plaid pants was big. City Gear, man, going to City Gear was life. City Gear had every pair of NBA socks anybody wanted. Two-tone, one-tone footies, long, it didn't matter. They had them all.
You find my old Facebook. I need to go try to hide that joint.
I got some old pictures in my phone of middle school. I'm going to send it to you. I'm talking about it was, man, I was that black. I was black as hell. Well, I used to play football all the time, so I was always darker than usual. Well, I'm talking about, I took this picture. I'm like, bro, I was black. Got the J's in my hand, got the 3 fusions.
You remember folks used to lick them joints?
Right, looking the back, fresh out the box. I never did that.
Me either.
Nah, I ain't never do that. I just showed. But I was like, I was having I remember getting the fusions, the Jordan fusions when they came out. I had the 3s. It was gray and yellow. 3 fusions. I remember the 3s. I remember the 5 fusions. I remember the 12s. It was just like them joints. Jordan, I was like, now one thing I will say, Jordan has lasted the time from as a kid to old. He has lasted.
He done let folks wear his shoes with spray painted shirts.
Right. The spray painted shirts. Oh my God. The only time I did spray paint or tie dye was the last day of school when I get the folks to sign
your stuff.
Sign my shirt. I'm taking an old YMCA shirt and getting it tie dyed and folks signing it.
Yeah.
Yearbooks. Folks signing it at the end of the year. Yearbooks. I'm like, we did that.
The folks wrote in my yearbook.
Yeah, I had folks wrote in my high school yearbook, but I don't know what the hell that yearbook is. I think I left it at my nigga house one time, and that just gone now.
It's just where it's at.
Yeah, it was like, bro, I'm not gonna go back and remember that because all I remember in high school, me and JC talked about this too. We're gonna talk about it. I was like, we ranked like our years in high school, which was our best to our worst. We did all that, but I was like, elementary school. I loved elementary school because one, it was simple. Honestly, looking at how I operate and everything, I probably could have got out of elementary school in like 3 years. I probably could have got out because kindergarten and first grade was not needed. Kindergarten and first grade really wasn't needed. I zoomed past all of that. I really didn't get tested until I really got to middle school or high school. Really didn't get tested because elementary school was easy. The only reason I never made principal list on honors roll because I used to talk too much. That's it. I had straight A's and N's.
Ends and kind of, I ain't had ends because I was scared. Cause like everybody at Doubletree been there so long. My mama and them went to Doubletree, like so everybody knew like who we was, who your mama is, who your grandmama is. Like they coming in there.
Right.
So I had to kind of watch because my folks embarrass you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had a lot of S's.
Yeah.
I had E's and S's, so I made principal list and honor roll. But then once every 6 weeks, that end come up, and then I just be like. But then the crazy thing is, she would give me. I had elementary school. Did you change classes in elementary school? Okay, we didn't either. I don't know how I get a different kind of grade for each subject, but I'm getting taught by the same. Like, bro, that's stupid.
That means you cut up.
She give me S's in science and English, but give me an N in math. What? How?
You be talking.
First of all, I know I was talking through math because I ain't understand it. I ain't care.
That's how I was with math too. When you get the 5th grade, that's the only reason why I understand this show. I swear. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? It's no lie because 5th grade
was tough.
It's one of the grades, yeah.
Because
like
transition into middle school now, so now it's upping. You was like, bro, you gotta go. I took algebra 1 in 8th grade, so I was taking. Yeah, so I was like, and then get to high school taking moment. It was like, bro, it was. If I play Are You Smarter Than 5th grade now, I probably would fail because some of that stuff, any math question or history question, like geography or something, it's a wrap. Now this is in the United States. If it's in the United States, I might be able to find it. If you're talking about going across the world, it's a wrap. But English or science, I can tell you something about English. I can tell you about adjectives and stuff like that. That's easy. Science, I can tell you about what we was learning in science. Plants. We're talking about plants.
Matter.
Yeah, matter, and what's a molecule, stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, I can tell you about that stuff. But talking about what's fractions and decimals, I would look at you crazy.
I can tell you the percentage of what I'm at to buy.
Right, 20% off. Say less. Say less. I know how to calculate out.
Time.
Man, if you look at the recent history of my calculator, I'm putting everything in there. I don't care. It was just math, and then that's the thing. Math is one of those things that can't be biased. It's because everybody has to learn math. It can't be really biased towards you. Either you're good at it or you're not. It really is. I was decent at it. I used to get B's in it, A's and B's, but when I got high school, it dropped. Yeah, high school it dropped. After 10th grade, my 10th grade year on, because 9th grade I took geometry. So I was like, that was cool. But I thought algebra 2 was so hard.
We had a real math teacher. He was good. 8th grade, our math teacher, she got sick right at the beginning of the year. We had the librarian for the rest of the year. Didn't work.
That happened my 9th grade year.
And that was algebra 1. So that was the foundation of getting it together.
One day, because we was like, so we moved from elementary school. We're talking more so about middle school now. Elementary school lunches was good too. I like the school lunches. They kind of had them butter cookies.
It was better then.
Oh yes, definitely. Oh, definitely now. But these folks getting 5-course meals now in some of these places now. They getting food. Like even when I talk,
they get brand food.
Yeah, when I talk, they look at call you bill food. I said, look at that call you bill high school food. I said, these folks getting cheese steaks and pepperoni pizza, and no, they getting food. Like call you bill high school.
The sausage square joints when we was in school.
Oh yeah, the sausage pizza.
Wow, pizza now.
Man, I used to kill that pizza. That they gave us chicken nuggets, the little chicken rings, rings with the honey mustard. Messed those up. Oh, but the butter cookies in elementary school was fire. I don't know what they put in the butter cookie, but that thing was crack. That thing was good.
The cookies, period, though.
Yeah, the chocolate chip cookies and the butter cookies, it was
always.
And then we had popcorn too. We had the little popcorn bags. It was cheddar. It was butter. We had little popcorn bags. But elementary school, because I was taking my lunch to school till about third grade.
I found it out because we could see the menu or what was the next day.
Once I started doing that, I learned, okay, I'm taking my lunch today because I ain't finna eat this little casserole they got. I ain't finna eat that. Bro, that little nasty rice and broccoli casserole they were trying to give up.
I'm just not a fan of the whole casserole thing, period, though. So
I can eat casserole, but that I knew that wasn't real food. That was we was getting. I wasn't playing it. My about to make the bologna sandwich and bring it to school. That's what I'm gonna do.
Look, and then don't let my grandmama fry the jump before I go.
Oh, fried block? What? Get to school, let me find out my friend got something better than me, and they want my food. Trade. I used to trade all the time. Oh, he got Doritos. I got Lay's. Oh, he wanted my Lay's. Cool, I take Doritos. Switch. What? My mama gave me 5 things to eat for lunch. She gave me a sandwich. She gave me a bag of chips.
The
Juice, a piece of fruit, and some type of cookie.
Yeah. That's about right.
Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, I used to eat all that or trade it. I either eat it or trade it. Then I think it got to the point, it was like 4th grade or something. Because in 4th grade, I think Mike was in the 6th.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in 4th grade, Mike was in the 6th grade. And Sherrod was in like the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
So they was already buying their lunch. So she was just like, hey, I'm just going to give you the money. You go buy your lunch too.
You go buy your own lunch too. So let me ask you this. When you used to pack your lunch, you used to sneak and be eating it during the day?
Oh, definitely. What?
Okay.
Being clad, eating cookies like a mug, bro. What's wrong with these folks? I'm not. Well, I did when I got older. When I was younger, the teachers was petty. They'd put our lunch boxes in the cubby.
On the hook.
Yeah, put them on the hook or the cubby so we couldn't eat them. And I was just like, but when I was in 4th and 5th grade, man, what?
I go get a pencil out of my backpack, Miss Brown.
Grabbing a cookie with the quickness. I got 5 of them in here. Okay, I got 4 now. Good. I'm just Oreo, chocolate chip. Boy, I got crumbs all on the mouth. It didn't matter. You remember we got the big carpets in elementary school that we were sitting on to read. Everybody sit around in a circle. The games we used to play outside. Recess was fun. We had to play Foursquare, hopscotch.
Had a whole playground and chose to flip. What you flip for, Jayla?
Our whole playground, we out there flipping. We out there flipping, doing cartwheels. We playing football. Of course, we playing football outside. Throwing the football, playing soccer. We doing all types of stuff. Recess, and then recess got to a point, it was, for some teachers, they'd leave us out there. Only certain people got to do recess. If you've been cutting up, they ain't let you go out there.
Down against that brick wall, sun be beaming on your face.
Mine, we was outside on the portable. Sit you on the portable. Go sit right there. Or go back in the, or she would be like, go in the portable and just sit there.
Or sing to somebody else's class while they go outside.
Man, what? I was like, because we used to always do recess after lunch. So when we leave, but then recess was up to the teacher's discretion. It wasn't mandatory. We had to do recess. They usually just let us out because we had PE class. So recess was kind of, if she wanted to let you out.
Yeah.
Because we had PE. And that's the first time I had a male teacher was PE in elementary school. So
my music teacher was the only male teacher. Well, no, because my 3rd grade teacher was a male too.
Yeah. So I did that too.
Whew.
Right. But elementary school, now I ain't gonna lie, I loved my teachers in elementary school. My kindergarten teachers, I loved them. And then my 1st grade teacher, she was fine. She was a fine white lady. So
I say, but to this day, like even majority of my elementary, I got them on Facebook.
I got a couple of middle school teachers on Facebook.
Yeah, because it's like our whole family went through them same teachers.
Yeah. So being me and my brothers all went to the same school until high school. Me and Mike went to Wooddale, but Sherrod went to Overton. So Mike was going to go to Overton, or he was going to go to Hardin Academy if it wasn't for Wooddale. If I ain't go to Wooddale, I was going to Christian Brothers. So we just ended up going to Wooddale, but for the most part, we almost didn't go to Wooddale. And so that happened, but
I'm on the Wolves. It was like culture shock. Cause not trying to be funny, growing up, around Westwood kids all the time. Yeah, they was a certain type of way, but like they wasn't disrespectful. When I got around East Memphis kids, it was like they didn't care about nothing.
No, they didn't. They don't at all.
There was difference. Like, don't get me wrong, you had them hood kids who did what they did. It was what it was, but like they cared. Yeah. Like it was their circumstances was their circumstances, but they had to get out. Whereas you come to these privileged kids,
right?
They ain't care about nothing. When I say disrespectful or get in a teacher face disrespectful, that stuff we knew it was never.
See, because being from the hood, it was understood on the street. You play with them teachers if you want to. It's not just your mama and them that's finna get you. Everybody blocking
to whoop you too, because I know my
block finna get you. So if they heard you was acting up at school, the one at the end of the street, she finna get you. The one in the middle of the street, she finna get you. Then your mama gonna get you when you get home. Your dad gonna get you when he get out work. So
and my cold water, so she already called auntie and grandmama. So we heard you been acting up at school.
So you knew the consequence, like the kids out in the East or the kids now, they know their consequences only their mom or dad. So there's only one problem they got to deal with. Over there in the hood, it's 5 people you're going to deal with because you didn't play that. You didn't play disrespect because a lot of elderly people still lived in the hood. That's what grandmama, auntie, and them raised all the kids. So it's one thing that's understood. You get wore out where you show out. That's the one rule. You get wore out where you show out. So you want to act the fool at school, I'm going to come up there and I'm going to act the fool at school. You want to act the fool in the supermarket, I'm going to go act the fool. I'm going to show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. That's the one rule my mama always told me. I can show you better than I can tell you.
Yeah.
And that's
see, I when I was, I don't think I got in trouble one time, but I was older. But like as a kid, I remember my grandma had to come to school one time, but it wasn't because of me. The lady we could wear what we want to wear. So my mama had bought me and my sister. You remember we used to wear skirts and leggings, and my mom bought me and my little sister the matching little set skirts and leggings, and she called me a hoochie mama.
Ooh.
So I told my grandma, and I'm everybody know like now I've grown a little different little shape, but like I was always skinny.
Yeah.
How I'm a hoochie mama. So politely told my grandmama, and when I tell you that lady to this day, she was like, I didn't mean it. I play with them, man. My grandmama tell you want to see what a hoochie mama is? I've been over, like, man, like, you know, grandmas do too much when it come down to their grandkids.
Right. She would come up there, it's like, oh, so you call my daughter hoochie, you call my granddaughter hoochie mama. Okay, so it's clear that me and you need to step outside and talk right quick. So let's
so y'all don't want to talk to me in here?
Right. Oh yeah. We're gonna act the fool. If you want me to act the fool, I can act the fool because she didn't do nothing to you, and you told her that.
And it was like I was in like the 5th or 6th grade. Like, what is a hoochie mama?
Right. I was like, bro, we don't really know that. I didn't really get to know about how folks really got down until I got to middle school. Elementary school, we was happy to touch a butt. We was happy to touch butt.
I was scared to hug boys. I got friends to this day. Like my elementary school folks, we got like a group chat, a group me. They'll tell you like I was one of them kids. It was people kissing and stuff. I was scared to even hug a boy. I wasn't gonna talk to you too long. I wasn't gonna have no hug. I definitely want. My mama had to tell me when I got older, it was okay for me to talk to boys. Like she literally verbally said, you know, you can talk to boys, right?
Right. It's.
I was scared.
Yeah, I was scared too. I was like, I got bullied a little bit in elementary school, so it was just a lot of different other stuff. I got bullied slightly only because the folks that bullied me supposed to be in middle school and they still in elementary school. So I was just like, they like 11.
Yeah, you out here.
Right, you like, bro, you supposed to been out here 2 years ago. So I was just like, it was them people. Nobody my age ever bullied. It was older people. Nah, anybody my age, I'm like, bro, we're just gonna have to get to 1-2. But it was older than me, so they was bigger, stronger, and everything. So I'm just like, I really couldn't do nothing. When I got to middle school and high school, all that stuff stopped. It wasn't no playing that no more. Because I was like, bro, we just gonna have to get down.
We gonna get it in.
Yeah, we just gonna have to get it in. Elementary school, I tried my best not to do too much because in elementary school, I knew I could still get a whooping. Middle school, I still was getting whoopings until 7th grade, 8th grade-ish. Like right at the end of 7th grade, so I was like 12, 11, 12. I think that's when I got my last whooping. I was like 12 because I went swimming and I wasn't supposed to. So, and
you walked yourself into that.
Yeah, I walked myself into that. But nah, my niggas walked me into that one because I was scot-free. But what happened was my homies, when I was out swimming, they came over to my house to play ball. I didn't know that. So when they came over to play ball, I think Mike was there, and then my mama had called, and then he was like, nah, his friend's outside, but she's on his way. And then they was like, well, she asked them where they was at, and they said he went swimming. So they ended up telling my mom. I was like, so when I got there,
wait, now so you grown, huh?
Yeah. So when I got there, my dad, I actually talked to my dad first, and my dad was still at work. So he was just like, then after I talked to my dad, my friends tried to talk to my dad. It's like, nah, he really didn't go swimming out there. I was like, bro, it's already done now. I was like, bro, it's already, the proof is there. I'm already messed up. Right. So my dad talked to me. He's like, you know you're in trouble, right? I was like, yeah, man, you got to take your L like a person. So my mama came home. She whooped me. It what it is. She whooped me and all that. And then this what probably made her even more mad afterwards because I could swim, but I couldn't swim. So I was in like 9 feet, 10 feet, and I was treading a little bit, but I really wasn't swimming. So I don't know. Every now and then I get caught under, but I could get back up. So I wasn't technically know how to swim. I could swim a little bit.
Anything could happen. So
basically,
you need
what she was saying. And then after she whooped me, she come back in. Now, I'm already pissed and already tired, tears, and everything like that. She come in. It was this. It was a story in the commercial appeal. A kid had drowned in the pool.
See, and we went through a summer like that when we was growing up, where folks was drowning left and right in them community center pools.
And she was like, "Read this," and I looked at it's on the front page of the commercial appeal, and I'm reading it, and I'm like. Then I read it and I look at her and I can see the look in her face. I was like, all right, that was cool. After that, I didn't get no more whoopings. Really didn't get put on punishment that much because most of the stuff Now, when I got older, I was smarter, so most of the stuff I did, I got away with. So I was really was tripping. Like back then, I was my sources was so limited that it was easy to get caught. I remember I didn't bring my progress report home to my mom one time, but my teacher called. I was like,
they started when we got older. They were calling, or either your brothers came home with theirs. So where yours it?
I hated Mike for that reason. That's why I hated Mike. Mike will come home, put that thing right on the counter. I'd be like, bruh.
Because he knew his grades was good. He don't care what you did.
And Mike was quiet, so he always got all E's. Mike was quiet. He straight A's, straight E's. That's what he was. Me, I'm straight A's, but I got S's and N's. Try A and B's, and he got E's, and he got S's and stuff. So it was just like, Mike was A's and B's. I mean, he was straight A's. He was A's and E's. That's all he was. That's just all it was. You could have came in, it's just Jayla. Yeah. So it was all that. So it was just one.
Yeah. And then went to what? High school, where folks started to like really do too much when it came down to me. Cause like, I was cheer captain, dance captain. Like when I say start doing too much, like they too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I remember I used to, like I said, I had progress report, didn't bring it on to my mama. I come home, I'm walking in, I'm finna go in her room just to tell her, I was just finna speak. I was like, hey, Mom, how you doing? She come in, she on the phone already. She put the phone to the side. You know how you got a phone like this and you put it to the side? Like, did you get your progress report Monday? I was like, yeah. She was like, okay. She was like, okay. So keep in mind, it's like Thursday. It's like when so I ain't bring it to her. She was like, man, my mom wore me out after that. She was like, so you didn't want to do that? Now, no. I used to get away with this one. They didn't know this one. When I was in did you get the progress reports where they would just send home your work with the grades on it? They just send back all your this progress report, they would like accumulate all the grades that we have and give us one final grade, but they'll send home like all of our grades that we got. So you got 70 on this, 80 on this, 90 on this, or something like that. You can say, hey. Yeah, I am, but it's cool. It's Jayla.
FaceTime me later.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just yeah. So yeah, if you got a C on this, you got a C. You got D on this, you got D. You got F, you got to do like that. So what I do is I go in, I take out all the bad grades, show my mom them all the good grades, A, B's, and C's. I show them C's because they're just like, okay, you need to work on this. It's okay. They didn't mind having one C. If you got all A's or all A's and B's and just this one class you having a problem with, they will
it's
work.
okay. Work on it.
3 C's or something, you like, all right, you just.
What am I sending you to school for?
Like, right. I was like, I don't know. The government telling you to send me to school because it was up to you. You probably wouldn't send me to school. So yeah, she did it. So I do that, and then they had they had to report to where your parents had to sign. So I show them that it'll be like 10 papers with A's and B's and maybe a C in there. They'll read all that, sign it, give it back to them. Man, I go into school, staple all the other papers back to the pile. I'll take the staples out and then mix it up and staple back in, turn it back in. Nothing happened. No, please. I wasn't. No else.
Had to get it signed. Get it signed and bring it back. I ain't gonna lie, cause I'm that teacher that do that.
Bring it back. I used to sign my mom. I got after a while I signed it, but they used to call that. I hate because going to that elementary school in Cromwell, all of us went there. Both of my brothers and me went there, so the principals and them knew us.
Yeah, they know y'all.
So I got into a fight a couple of times. They didn't even suspend me. They just called me to the office and they talked to me. They didn't even suspend me. They was like, I know your mama. I know your daddy. I know you know better than this. So they used to do me like that. So they was like, nah, we just gonna call your mama. Cause we was like, we ain't gonna do nothing. We just gonna call your mama. I was like, nah, can y'all like give me detention or suspend me or something? Can y'all just like, I was like, I remember the worst thing ever. I got to fight on my mama's birthday and had to call her. They called her. It's on my mama's birthday, and I can hear her talking to my teacher.
Through the phone.
Yes, I was like, it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly when I get home. This gonna be ugly when I get home. And keep in mind, I stayed down the street from the house, so that walk was quick. Like it takes like 7 to 10 minutes to walk from elementary school there. Cause you know when you little, your legs little, so you walking slow. So it take about 7 minutes, but 7-10 minutes, and you at the house. So you can't be like, you can't prepare for it. It's like, bro, you just gotta go home and take that L.
Get ready.
Yeah, but I like the whoopings because it whoop. Okay, I'm gonna cry for the rest of that day, or I'm gonna be sad for that day. Next day I go with it. That punishment. You can't go outside when it's summertime and your friends outside.
Look, when you get a little older and they be taking them phones.
I don't think I think I got my phone took like once.
Ooh.
I think Mike got his took, Sherrod got his took. I didn't get my first phone till high school.
See, nah, I had a phone. I had the flip joint. Big thick red.
I wanted a razor so bad.
But then when I got my phone took for real, one time I was in high school, and whatever happened, it fell out or whatever. I think the teacher tried to take it. I wasn't giving it to him, so he sent me to the principal office. You know me, thinking I'm grown. He didn't write me up, suspend me, or do nothing. Cause you know you refuse it, they just gonna suspend you.
Right. He called your mama. He called her,
cause all them folks like Westwood folks. Yeah. So he called her. Can't make this up. You heard your mama talking through the phone? He said, well, I told her to just give it to me, and I was going to keep it. I wasn't going to suspend the woo, but she refused to give it to me, telling me she ain't going to give me her phone. All I heard was, either she can give you that phone or tell her I'm outside. All right.
Right. What? That was the easiest decision for me. What? I'm giving you the phone. What? Y'all can have my phone. I don't care.
I still got in trouble when I went home because I was showing out.
Of course, because you talk back. Of course. That's why you go. So either way, but that lessened the blow. That lessened the blow a little bit because it was like, at least you gave the phone up. But if you said no and kept your phone, oh, you probably wouldn't make the school that next day.
I probably wouldn't have no phone. Go and disconnect the joint.
Oh, yeah. They took the battery out the back. It didn't matter. Mama didn't care.
I'm going to take my Sims card out.
Right. They didn't care. I remember when flip phones, razors and stuff was the stuff. Razor came in 13 different colors.
You flipping them joints.
And I was like, I used to use other people's phones because I couldn't use my phone. The only way I could talk to people is a house phone. So it was, you're right. And then me and this girl talked. We was boyfriend and girlfriend for a week. You know, middle school relationships last a couple of days and you be in and out.
And then
Right. That's right. Those relationships, the suspensions last longer than the relationships. So,
but see, them was the days too where you got to find you get your 3 days. You get your 3 days, your 5 days, call it a day. Now they want to give you 180.
Oh yeah, they get you full exposure. I ain't gonna lie. If you fighting every time you come back, I gotta expel you. If you fighting every time you come back, but if you get a fight every 2-3 months, you gotta fight. I'm gonna give you your 3 to 5 days, and then we're gonna keep it moving. But most of the time when people fight at school, they fight more than one person. It's never them just fighting just one person this one time. They got a problem with the whole group. So
when they go one by one, that's
so, I saw a lot of 5-day suspensions. I saw a lot because senior year I used to be office worker and all that, so I used to see all the suspensions and files. It was a lot of 3 to 10 day suspensions. 3 days, 5 days, 10 days. If you got 180,
if you were finna fight, you start getting suspended.
Yeah, if you finna fight, they give you a day.
Got anything to do with it? You arguing too loud?
Right. They give you. They had no problem giving you ISS. They gave everybody ISS. In school suspension and detention, they gave everybody that. If they feel like the problem wasn't as good, I'm gonna give you 3 days of ISS. Okay, you don't deserve to get suspended, but you don't deserve to be in the classroom either.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you 3 days.
Cause I get suspensions, but like I said, my suspensions was because I was wearing the wrong stuff. Then I went through this period of being late every day. But if anybody know where I live at from Kirby, where my mama house, it's right there. So I don't know why I was late every day.
I was the same way. Like with the like driving is literally like 5-6 minutes away, and I was late all the time. From
then when I stopped,
like
come to pick me up for school. So I don't know. Now I got in trouble one time though because people started trying me. I was getting fed up at that point in my life. And the folks called me to the office. And the police gonna say something. Either you talk or you going to jail. Call my mama. Cause I ain't got to say nothing to you or them.
Without my mom present. So
cause and my thing was it was like when I saw you, we was just gonna go and do what we got to do. So what you telling for?
Right.
Nah, I got up in the joint. He was like, either you finna tell me what's going on or I'm gonna lock you up. Inmate number what now?
Right.
Appreciate you.
Right.
But nah, I don't think I just ever got a suspension for nothing like that. I ain't start acting a fool till I got in college.
Yeah. And then most of the stuff when I didn't fight a lot in high school because the fights I did have, they was with the football team at football practice and football stuff. So I really want to fight in there. And we got to fight. I always got to fight away from campus. So I wasn't.
You was smart.
Yeah, I was fighting away from campus. We fighting on the football field. We fighting at camp. We fighting at all this stuff. That's why I got to fight in it. So, or we got to fight in the hood. And it was like, bro, if you get to fighting, you do what you do. If you take that L, back then you could take a L. Take a L, go on about your day. Like, folks gonna clown you.
We got to fight again.
Right, folks gonna clown you at school, but it was just like, bro, folks gonna clown you. This is one dude I grew up with named Donovan. Donovan got beat up by everybody in school. Like, everybody beat him up, but he never stopped talking. He never stopped talking. He always got in your face. He always do it, and he always got beat up. I'm talking about every time. I don't think he won a fight.
Yeah, it was different then.
Right. You can take your L because if you lose, you can look like, bro, okay, I lost to him. It is what it is, bro. You could go on because you forget the fights as you get older. As you get older, you be like, I told one of my places that I grew up with in Cromwell, I told her about a fight that she had. She forgot she had that fight.
She was like, oh, dang, I sure did.
I was like, bro, y'all got to fight in the cafeteria line. Nah, that didn't happen. I was like, bro, I remember that fight. Trust me, because y'all was just swinging. Y'all was just swinging. One looking, just swinging. Y'all hit each other though. They hit each other.
They were like,
yeah, they was they was going, but they was hitting. They was landing them. So I was just like, eh. And in middle school, I seen so many fights. I seen a couple of fights in middle school. Girl fights, boy fights. My homie DJ, he beat a dude. He was beating him around in a circle. It was like he got to fight before our homecoming game. He got to fight with this older dude. This old dude jacked him up. He pop, dude, bust his lip. I seen the dude smash a girl head into the table. It didn't happen. And that was in middle school. That was just like, yeah. High school, I saw blood. High school, I was seeing blood coming out of folks.
Yeah, we went to them East Memphis schools.
Yeah, what they say, East Memphis wasn't hood enough, or East Memphis people out there, they didn't.
But I think that's why I guess because they feel like they had to prove a point because of where we were.
We did. Folks had to prove a point. Folks in the hood ain't got to tell you they from the hood. You can see they from the hood. In East, ain't nobody thinking folks from Overton can fight. Don't nobody think folks from White Station can fight. Folks don't think that. They don't think that. But I was like, all right, you come over here to Sheffield, you come over here to Wooddale, you come over here to Kirby.
And it not funny, but some of them kids was actually from there. They just was living,
Yeah.
in the East.
Right. They were like, bro, we from. So don't get it twisted. Just because my mama moved me out, don't mean it ain't in me still.
Yeah.
So don't try this.
I think it was better than folks.
Right. Yeah. Folks looked at. I was like, oh no, I went to Cordova. Oh, okay. All right. Your point.
Oh, okay.
Your point. We get the
I get grown to start acting a fool, but I think that was because like throughout elementary, middle, then like high school, like and my mama said it. I didn't start getting in trouble in high school till my senior year.
You were sheltered. You was sheltered. We
knew our folks didn't play. Right? I wasn't gonna hit my mama coming up.
I'm not gonna test those waters. Folks will dare you. Hey, bro, I bet you won't. Nope, I won't. I ain't stupid.
Because you already know how they coming. Then I got a little towards the senior year. Then as soon as I got up at that joint, it was like ratchet took over.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, senior year of high school, I didn't care. Like when I got to high school, middle school was fun. Actually, middle school was cool, but it's a blur. Them 3 years came and went. Them 3 years came and went from middle school. So I was just like, they was cool, but yeah, when you get to high school. So when I ranked my high school, it was my 4 years. My favorite year was freshman. My freshman year, Wooddale was so turned. Oh my God, Wooddale was so lit. Especially with the upperclassmen, it was so fun. My second favorite year was 10th grade. My sophomore year, acting a fool again. All the upperclassmen, I'm cool with them. That was my first year starting varsity football. So I was like, 10th grade year was great. My third year was senior year. My senior year, it was cool. My senior year is just like anything. It's like when this is the last season of a TV show, and it's the last. That's how senior year felt. It was just, you just really trying to get out.
Though not best, but it was just like I had got to the point to where like folks was gonna have their opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hate. It was yeah. Like I had finally got in my skin to where it was what it was. Cause like I was so quiet. Like I, the people who knew me knew, but like
yeah.
I had plenty of folks trying to be my friend because they thought that I was somebody or like to be around the people that I was around.
We don't play them games, Pimpin'. We don't play them games.
All right, be my friend.
Right. And I was playing ball. That's it. Playing football, and I did track. That's about it.
I did dance and then I did competitive. So it was already that she thinks she's some because I'm the folks they looking at like bring it on cheerleaders. So I was on the competitive team outside of what I did at school. So like that.
Yeah, I played sports all my life. Me, Mike Sherrod, we played sports all our life. My mom and dad are sports head. My mama hoop, and my dad played baseball. So we
they was gonna keep y'all active.
Yeah, and my family on both sides are sports. That's what we do. That's one. That was our way. That was some people's ways of getting out the hood. And two, it was like sports. It kept you in shape, but it kept you disciplined. Sports kept you disciplined. Because a lot of the coaches and stuff we was around, they knew our families and stuff. So them coaching us was them like talking to us. So it wasn't.
It wasn't hard.
Yeah, it's tough love. Like some of these kids are sensitive today. They really sensitive. Because some of them get the same treatment we get because we keep the treatment going. Other kids, and I understand you got to be politically correct a little bit more now. You got to worry about their feelings more now because the suicide rate and the mental health and rate.
Kids are just different.
Yeah, kids just different. But if I could repeat some of the stuff my coaches told me to some of these boys, I was like, man, bro, y'all would, man, please. They cussing us out. They slapping us aside the head. They hitting us in the head. Bro, they don't care. In class, they will talk bad to you. They don't care. The best thing, the easiest thing for an athlete growing up is having your coach as your teacher because he ain't going to fail you. Our football coach, all the football coach taught either gym or history, or gym or history, or economics or something. That's what they taught because you know why? They could go in here, give you a worksheet, turn to this page, and just grade it off that. They didn't care about what they football coaches that got jobs.
Yeah, they teaching to
they teach you to read directions. That's what they teaching you. It was like, bro, they didn't care. And I was like, I knew they weren't gonna fail me because either gonna one or two things. They're not gonna fail me because I'm starting, so they need me to play. They're not gonna fail me, and two, they gonna pull me to the side and give me some extra credit or something. It's like, all right, bro, you got a C right now. I need you to get up to a B. So finish these two worksheets, turn them into me, and I'll bump you up to.
Yeah, but you have to do something.
Yeah, you weren't gonna just sit there and not do nothing, even though some of my coaches did do that. They was just like, bro. Some like the top ones, they skip class and everything. So it would be us. And then we used to skip school too. I used to skip school on days that we was in homeroom all day. Man, if we was in homeroom all day, I'd leave.
See, that's crazy. I've never. But you know, I am not trying to be funny. You know, I am a good girl.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I never ever skip school.
That's the one. Like Mike didn't get in a lot of trouble growing up. That's the one time he did get in trouble.
Skipping.
He skipped school and they called the house, and he
We time period of them calling home.
Yeah, he didn't check the voicemail and delete the voicemail. So what happened was I think my mom or my dad got home, and they heard the voicemails and they heard that, so he got in trouble. But outside that, Mike really didn't ever get in trouble. First of all, he left school. He had dropped off at school, didn't go into school at all. Turned right back around, and about like an hour, he went back home to the house because my dad went to work at like 8:30, 9, and my mom was already at work. So he turned right back around, went back to the house with this girl. Keep in mind, Mike was on crutches going back to the house, and he had to go up a hill. And it wasn't no little bitty hill. No, this was a hill. Like Cromwell.
With a girl.
Yeah, well, yeah. Cromwell is an elementary school, but on a field. It's an elementary school on a field. So it's a big field of grass just there. Like little league teams go over there to practice. That's how big the field is.
Right.
He had to walk all the way up there on crutches because he just broke his leg. So that's the only time he got in trouble. But yeah, I used to skip school. I really only skipped school on homeroom days when they had when 10th grade, 11th grade had to take tests in the morning.
And we ain't had nothing to do.
So we was in homeroom till like 11:30, 12, and then you go to lunch and stuff, and then you had to go to like 2 class. You go to like 6 and 7 period. Man, please. During lunch, we left. It was like at 11 o'clock, we left, went to my homie house, because my homie, his mom and them, they was out of town. They used to stay out of town a lot. So they had a house. They just let him stay there. So we used to go to his house, go watch TV, go smoke, go eat, and do that. So I used to skip class. But in senior year, I had so many absences and taught it didn't make no sense. I was like, bro, I ain't care. I earned the right to not come to class. I was already accepted into school and everything. It was like, bro, I already took the ACT twice, and I got my final GPA. Bro, they already got my financial aid and stuff. I'm good.
When you got accepted to Martin?
Yeah, I wasn't planning on going to Martin at first. Mm-hmm. It happened because my mom gave us all one rule. You get one transfer rule. When you get to college, you get one transfer rule. Sherrod went to Mississippi Valley. He went to Mississippi Valley his first year. He went to HBCU. Didn't like it, transferred to Martin. Mike went to Knox first. He was only there a semester. He hated it so much, he applied for an internship, got the internship, and he was in Florida his second semester working at Disney. Then he left Knox and went to Martin. So my mom rule was take your ass to Martin straight off.
Because everybody's tend to keep taking their tail there.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, then you can transfer. But whatever you transfer is where you stay. So MTSU was on my list. Austin Peay was on my list. Ole Miss was on my list. And I was looking at HBCUs, but I knew I wasn't going to none in Tennessee. I wasn't going to Lane. I wasn't going to Fisk. I wasn't going to TSU. My mom already told me straight off, Lane and TSU, I wasn't going to. She already told me that from the beginning. So Fisk was the only option in Tennessee. But looking at the price of school, I said, you got me, it's like $25,000, $30,000 a year to go to Fisk. And it's only like 900 people there. I said, nah. So went to Martin, but I knew the upperclassmen there in Martin. I knew some of the upperclassmen. I used to visit Sherrod when he was in school. So I knew the upperclassmen.
It's pretty much like going home with your big brothers and big sisters because your brothers was there.
Yeah, I didn't know nobody in my class. I knew all upper class. I ain't know nobody in 13 or 14, really. I just knew juniors and seniors. Then that's when I met a couple of my boys that used to go there before they transferred, my boy Jayla and Ralph and them. But then that's how I met Trent. And then me and him got cool, and we just rolled from there. But yeah, so we talked about all that. Oh yeah, in junior year, high school, I could throw that whole year away. I didn't care about that year at all. Junior year was just trash. I was so bored junior year.
I can't remember much from my 11th grade year neither.
It was boring. I was like, this is just a placeholder.
A pastime.
Yeah, this is a pastime grade. That was like, bro, it was trash. I was like, 11th grade just made me cherish 12th grade more because I was like, 11th grade, I'm just like, bro, one more year. That's all junior year gave me. Mm-hmm.
Being the head of the school.
Right. Then senior year, I was just like, bro, I get, and then the biggest thing I loved about schools all the way through was the field trips.
Yeah.
Because I get to get out of school. I didn't care where we went. As long as I wasn't at school.
As long as you get to go.
Right. And I love those field trips that lasted all day. Like, it was from like, we left at 9 o'clock, got back at like 2. School got out. I hated those like 2-hour, 3-hour field trips. It's like 8.
Like the regular schedule after lunch.
Right. Like from like 8:30 to 12. And then I gotta go to the last 2 periods. I was like, bro, I want to go to the last. I want to go there. But some of our teachers didn't make us. They just brought us back and sat them in our class. We sat in their classroom to the
wrong.
Yeah. I was like, I love those teachers. It was like 12:30 or something. It's like, y'all were just sitting here till school let out. I don't care, y'all go to class. So we do that. What was your top schools going out besides TSU when you got out of high school? Or you just knew you was going to TSU straight out?
I don't even know how I ended up there, if we gonna be totally honest.
Was you planning on going to college at all?
Yes, but my thing was I wanted to go to a more of a performing arts school.
Okay.
But it was one of them things to where being in Tennessee, being in Memphis, them schools was like way far off. So you talking New York, California, Florida.
Performing arts schools, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like mentally, yes, I've been training. Yes, I could use more training, but I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, well, what you start with schools around here and you apply. Ended up trying out for TSU dance team. And the thing is, when I tried out, bro, I cannot make this up. I was still in high school. They didn't know that I was still in high school. The people that were there. Mm-hmm. So, I come in and I ain't never had to be kid. One thing about me, one of my biggest qualities is how humble I am.
Yeah, right.
I'm in there helping them. I go in there, show my ass. Like, show my ass.
Got to.
Knees busted up when I leave, look like black circles around my knees bruised up because I'm going to go in there and show my ass.
Got to.
Made the jump. Leave, go back. My mama took out work. So in her mind, because she took out work, for me to go and try out for this team that I made, that's where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if we get into our college experiences, but I guess
we left high school because we kind of already said we
made the team.
Yeah, we're moving. We to college.
They don't put us in a group meet. They talking. So with this day, we're going to meet her. We're going to try to put this together, this, that. The whole time, I'm still a senior in high school.
Right.
They don't even realize it because it's like they had their tryouts like February, March. I'm still in school.
Yeah, for the fall. They had it already for fall. So you won't be there till end of May, June at least.
So, okay. They found that out. So then this when I ended up going up there. We had our little hell week, so I'm there before everybody. I'm little as a mud. The hay never stopped, bro. The folks said I was too overweight. My stomach big. And I'm like, but I ain't gonna lie, that senior year that was kind of my having a little weight on me stage. I did have like my cheeks, if you go back and look at the pictures, but I wouldn't know you need to lose weight.
Right.
So when I say
little girl skinny like that?
No, we talking about thick joints. Cause
this TSU. Never mind, this TSU. That's
that's the thing. I'm the only freshman on the jump.
Oh, yeah.
But they not really realizing how young I am because I never said nothing. I went in there, did what I had to do. If somebody asked for help, I helped them. Can't make this up. Made the team. And I don't care for whoever watching this. Hating ass coach. Big hater. But the thing is, she never knew that the folks at the time that coach, because it's somebody different now, but she never knew that my coaches and stuff from the competitive team I was on knew her. Mm-hmm. So, you know, they watching me, they watching her, they getting my experiences together. Man, she told me because as a freshman, she didn't get to be on the trapper team. She didn't care what I did or how good I was. I couldn't either. Mm. So you a hating ass B word.
But basically.
So let her have it. Like, cool. The thing is, kind of find out, she wasn't even on the performance team. She was like the B team in the back. like the maybe squad. Wow. So end up not doing it, whatever. Then decided not to dance at TSU. Lord Jesus. Got more time on my hands. That's when I guess I got into the trouble that I got into.
Oh yeah. When you got more, you got too much time on your hand. You got too much free time.
Yeah, and then it was one of them like I was